Hello everyone and welcome to Merlin's Manor. Today I'm going to give you kind of a first impressions review of the USPS Great American Mail Race. This is a game I haven't played very often because I played it once and it really kind of failed to deliver in that one playthrough because I played at the 2-player count, and this is a game that is really broken at 2 players. I get the impression it's not even optimal at 3 players. It was made for 4 players, and it's not a player count I've gotten a chance to play it at. And so I'm going to go over, first of all, why it's broken at 2 players, and then I'm going to get into some other things about the game as well. And so let's go ahead and jump right on in and talk about that problem right there and why it failed to deliver because of that. See, this is a game I really wanted to be able to play, especially at the 2 and 3 player count, but it has a problem, and that is that it's balanced for 4 players. And what you're going to do is, and the reason why it's balanced that way is you have this deck of cards that are your movement cards, and you're going to be drafting those, and you're going to be either take 3 actions basically in your turn, and you're either going to draw cards or move some amount of those. You can choose to draw 2 cards and then use 1 card for movement, or you can draw 3 cards and do no movement, draw 1 card, and you get the idea there. You have 3 things that you can do, and this deck is the same size no matter whether you have 4 players, 3 players, or 2 players, and it is the time limit for the game. When that deck runs out, you trigger the end of the game. And the problem is, in a 4-player game, you are going to not be able to do everything, and so you're going to have to kind of pick and choose what you're going to focus on and trying to optimize your scoring. The problem with a 2-player game is you have so much time that unless bad luck comes up, you are going to completely fill your score sheet. And in the game that we played, I realized about 75% of the way through the game that we have a problem here. That we are, unless something happens, we're going to complete our score sheets completely, and there's going to be no challenge to that. There's not going to be any kind of focus on optimizing things there. It's just whether or not we're going to be able to fulfill everything. And actually, parcels didn't come out as much as letters did, and so we actually got to the point where we couldn't fulfill anything unless we kind of got those letters out of the way first. And I basically just decided, since I was in the lead and I didn't want to take one of those and try and drop it off on the chance that I get stuck with it, I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing 3 cards every time on my turn just to run the game out. Otherwise, we'd just be working towards getting our score sheets completely filled out, and that's what's going to happen unless you just don't have enough parcels or you don't have enough letters coming out. That's all you've got to really focus on there in a 2-player game, is who's going to manage to fill their score sheet out and maybe stop the other person. But you have a much more interesting game if you're playing at higher player counts, because you actually have to pick and choose what you're going to focus on, trying to optimize your points. And the 3-player game is going to be a little bit better. 4-player game is really, it seems like that's where it was optimized for. I don't know if they didn't play test it at 2 players, or if they play tested it at 2 players and decided, oh yeah, this is broken, but we need to rush it to print, and we'll just fix the problem later. To their credit, they are working on fixing the problem. If you go over to the Board Game Geek forum there, you can go ahead and check out one of the forums asked the question about this, and they did say, hey, we are working on it, and they gave kind of their preliminary, what they are testing and working on as far as setting up the deck to have less cards in it. And they have which cards you put in for 2 players and 3 players. This is right now, they're still testing it, trying to work out all the kinks. And so it's not an official yet, and hopefully in the next edition they will fix this, and then this will be a game that I could recommend for the 2 and 3 player count as a pickup and delivery game. But until they fix that, I can't fully recommend this game. It's failed to deliver at any player count that is below that 4-player count. And so I want to bring that up as the main focus of this video. I do want to say, though, I do like the components in this game, especially the stamp is just a really kind of neat thing to do, that you are stamping when you complete your deliveries. It's a really cool kind of component there. I do like the system for the gameplay of how you move around, how you get to take those 3 different actions on your turn, and you're deciding whether you're going to draw cards with those or play cards. You've got the cards themselves, are different types of cards that allow you to go on different terrains. Some of them have multi-use, will take you on the road and on off-road. Some are just for off-road. Some are an airplane going from one airport to another. Some are waterways. And so there's all these different types of ways that you can use to deliver that are different for the situation that you need. And so you're going to be drafting those cards from an open kind of area where you see those. You say, I need that one. You pick that up, and then using them for the use that they are. I'm not a big fan of the kind of take that-ish kind of element there where you can help the other person with their delivery, where you can just basically come up and steal a package or a letter that they are trying to deliver and then go deliver it themselves. And oftentimes if you're going to do that, it's probably right when they're getting close to being able to deliver it themselves, and now they've basically wasted their time going over there. Not a big fan of that myself, and we didn't really focus too much on that. I don't think we did that even once in our game that we played. We just kind of focused on delivering our own things. So I'm not a big fan of that idea. Overall, though, I do like the game if they kind of sort out that that 2-player and 3-player issue there with how long the game lasts and that you can just get everything done. And so I hope this is a game that in the future I'll be able to recommend, but right now it just failed to deliver. And so I can't recommend this game until they fix that. Hopefully they do it with the next edition. Let me know if you played this game in the comments down below, what you thought of it. Whether you've tried to implement those 2-player and 3-player adjustments there and if they worked for you. I haven't tried that out yet. I've kind of been just too disappointed to jump back into this game to give it some more shots with those adjustments, especially since they are unofficial adjustments at this time. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've given me something to think about with this game. And as always, I will catch you in the next video. And if you want to check out some good pickup and delivery games, you can go right here and check that video out. And if you want to see another video, I got one right here that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. As always, I'll catch you in the next video.